Welcome back. If it's your first time here, welcome in. Now, I've been wanting to do a video on Chibi Reviews for quite a while, but I never really got the chance to because I was so busy with the Cyrax Chronicles. But if you don't know who Chibi Reviews is, he's a relatively large channel with almost 500,000 subscribers, and his videos mainly cover like anime and things like that. And sometimes he also likes to dip his toes into the political side of things. But those aren't the things he's most well known for. What he's actually most well known for is being cheated on by his girlfriend who had recently become his fiancée. And who did she cheat on him with? His best friend of 10 years. And what happened after that? His entire friend group sided with the girlfriend that cheated on him. And another much more darker aspect that he's most well known for is his attraction to lollies, or in other words, animated children. He oftentimes likes to bring up the distinction between reality and fiction in order to defend his attraction. But here's the thing. No amount of debates or discussion is going to allow you to talk your way out of this. You are attracted to a character that either looks like a child or is a child. Real or not, that's despicable no matter how you look at it. Now, Chibi Reviews seems to have quite the obsession with the character named Gwen Tennyson from the Ben 10 series. And the specific Gwen Tennyson that he chooses to showcase all the time is the one from the original series, who is 10 years old. He even went so far as to make a YouTube video called Gwen X Ben is confirmed real thanks to me going viral, with a picture of the aforementioned 10-year-old Gwen Tennyson in question in a suggestive position. And that's on the thumbnail for his YouTube video. YouTube allows that. But I say one mean thing about Cyrax, my channel gets nuked. And with just this small amount of information alone, you may already be seeing the correlation between Chibi Reviews and Cyrax. I don't think I have to spell it out for you. But let's take a look at that Gwen X Ben YouTube video that Chibi posted, because I found something really interesting in there.
What do you mean one of the creators of Ben 10 commented on my post and confirmed one of the longest standing theories on the internet? They straight up confirmed that throughout the entire production, the crew that worked on Ben 10 was constantly joking and even thinking about the iconic Ben x Gwen romantic ship.
I don't know what could possibly be iconic about a relationship between two characters who are supposed to be minors. And not only that, they're related. Gwen is Ben 10's cousin, and you'll see this become a common theme with Chibi. He seems to have a real interest in this kind of thing, in the same vein as Leaping Lemur.
And you want to know how this is even more believable? We had Tara Strong, one of the voice actors for Ben 10, Ben themselves, the voice actor of Ben, even making a post like this back in 2013.
I would like to remind you all that these characters are minors, but I did do some research on Tara Strong, and the early life section, as always, proves itself to be an absolute goldmine of information that tells you everything you need to know. No surprises there, but what did surprise me was this small connection that was made later on in this video.
And give me your hands.
Oy vey. There it is. You know, if you drew this, you might get charged with a hate crime. But if that's not enough to convince you of Chibi's love for this character who, I will reiterate, is 10 years old, here's some more evidence, directly from his Twitter, straight from the horse's mouth. In this post on Twitter, Chibi retweets this picture of Gwen with the caption, "I feel responsible for the resurgence of Gwen posting lately. My viral tweet helped this pop off." He's claiming responsibility for this kind of thing. And in this picture, they have Gwen saying, "Damn, I look good. I wonder if he'll even be able to form a sentence." And much to my dismay, this wouldn't be the last post about Gwen that Chibi would make. Because in this post, Chibi would say, "I have enough influence to have a creator of Ben 10 confirm that Gwen X Ben was an active thing within production. Every art piece and meme I've posted has been validated. I may or may not be making a video talking about this." Which he did. It's the one we just went over. Now, something interesting to note here is that this isn't just a picture of Gwen. It's Gwen drawn over a character from the game called The Coffin of Andy and Lele. And if you know anything about that game, it also has some Leaping Lemur-esque activities going on. And that provides me with a good segue to get into the next section, which is his obsession with the characters from that game as well. Chibi has made many posts referencing this leaping lemur activity, using these characters as kind of a representative of it, with one in particular showing Azula and Zuko from the Avatar The Last Airbender series, drawn over Andy and Lele. And Chibi deemed it fitting to caption this, "Hear me out." Now Zuko and Azula are siblings within the series, but also this representation of Zuko would have been 16 to 18 years old, while the representation of Azula would have been 14 to 16. So he's kind of just giving us a 2-for-1 with this post. And then there's this Lele interpretation of the low tier god meme that Chibi Reviews posted, and the caption says, "You should kiss your sister now." I wonder what Chibi Reviews meant to convey with this. It really is an enigma. And then we've got this post from Chibi Reviews with the caption, "Can we talk about this?" With the Gravity Falls characters drawn over Andy and Lele. And who would have thought? Both of these characters are 12 to 13 years old. But that's not all, because Chibi Reviews also posted this picture with the caption, "Good morning chat." And I'm not going to read what the image says, but I think it's important to note that the character pictured in this image is a minor. As you can see, Chibi Reviews is into many things that he should not be into. I would like to remind you all that we are talking about a grown man. And here I have a collage of posts that were archived on Kiwi Farms, so I'm just going to zoom in and talk about each one. Here we have this image of a scene from JJK, where the character Mei Mei is in bed with her significantly younger brother, Ui Ui, and Chibi Reviews captions it with 3 laughing emojis, and 1, I don't even know what you would call that emoji. Here you can see somebody replying to Chibi asking what that emoji means, and Chibi replies, "We need more." Here's another post Chibi made of a scene from Dawn to Dawn, where the character Momo, who is a minor, is about to be assaulted by an alien, and Chibi thought it would be appropriate to caption this, "The animators didn't need to go so hard for this scene." Next up we have 2 different posts about the same series. I believe it's called Gushing Over Magical Girls. And in one, Chibi says, "Remember that season 1 aired this year and season 2 is quickly approaching." And in the other, he says, "I still can't believe this is something that aired this year for anime. We need more unhinged anime." I'm not even going to describe what this anime is about. Go look it up yourself. Actually, don't. And in this last post from the collage, Chibi posts an image of the character Subaru from ReZero and captions it, "They call him the Lolimancer in the show, Lamau." Chibi, this subject is no laughing matter. This isn't gonna look good on paper. And it already looks pretty bad over the internet. In this post only 8 hours ago, Chibi Reviews says, "Hot take, show does need to be added more into anime and manga. Feels like it's not right to only add loli." And if you weren't aware, Shota is the male version of Loli. Young boys. And he must have gotten some pretty distasteful comments from upstanding citizens, because just a couple of hours later, he went on to post this. A drawing of a young boy squished between 2 girls on what I'm assuming is a train, and he captioned it, "Aw, does Shota scare you? Here, have another." And this next post, he posts a picture of a man walking through public with one of those anime girl shirts that has a bunch of unsavory pictures on it, and he is also holding a body pillow of a character that looks rather young. And Chibi says, "Would you do this in public? Because this is a level of based I can't even begin to fathom." And I'm not quite sure what's based about this, because this is a public area. There could be children walking around. They don't need to be seeing that. And I highly doubt this guy is doing it out of confidence. He probably just doesn't understand social cues, which a lot of people end up mistaking as confidence. Now with all of this evidence, you may be thinking, well, Chibi seems pretty down with that community. Well, it sure seems that way. But Chibi did end up committing 2 friendly fire incidents. The first of which being Chibi replying to these people posting about the EDP 445 documentary. And these people seem to be kind of praising him in a way. But Chibi Reviews says, "Animals, not even human. Chibi, those are your people. What are you talking about?" And the second post here is Chibi replying to somebody who's talking about entrapment and saying that predators have rights too. And Chibi just captions it, "Child pret," and adds in a gif of Revy from Black Lagoon blicking somebody down. And again I say, That's friendly fire, Chibi. Those are your people, whether you like it or not. You're the one who chose to make a channel dedicated to praising Lolly, defending Shota, defending all these degenerate things. You made your bed, and now you have to lie in it. That's just the way things go. You can't be on one side of this subject and then try to switch to the other. Once you're on their side, you're there forever. That sticks forever. It never goes away. And you did it to yourself. You have nobody to blame but yourself. So until the end of time, you're going to be coupled in with people like Cyrax, people like Daniel Larson, people like Nova Online, because you chose to go online and defend something that you know is morally reprehensible and has real implications as to your interests in real life. You can do all the debates and discussions you want. There's no way of talking yourself out of it. And one more thing really quickly. Chibi Reviews says have a blessed day if you're reading this in his Twitter bio. To which I say, there are no blessings to be given out here. And you'd know that if you refer to Matthew chapter 18 verse 6. Or how about Luke chapter 17 verse 2. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Like the video if you liked the video. Subscribe. Send it to your buddies. Or don't. Later.
And that's the game.